Kia ora, g'day, welcome back once again. So here with a reaction, this time to a 6-minute, 18-second video. This is an interview being conducted by Mr. Mike Ritland of the Mic Drop podcast. He's a former Special Forces operator as well. I haven't done my homework and research on him, but I saw this pop up in my feed, and I have had other people make recommendations to me about the Mic Drop podcast and about Mike himself as well. So I will get to those. I have got a list, and I have got Mike's name on that list. This one just caught my attention though. It's Mike interviewing, I believe, Ant Middleton, why women in special ops will end in disaster. So I thought I'd jump into this one now. I actually have had quite a few members, subscribers, and just people who are perhaps not members or subscribers send through the link for this one as well and asking me if I could do a reaction to it. So I thought I'd jump into this one now. Plus it's quite a nice short one, so we'll see how we go. So thanks for sticking around if you're here for this. So let's jump in.
One thing I was curious of, there were obviously women on the show. A relatively hotbed topic over the years here in the United States has been allowing women to try out for and ultimately, if they pass the standards, to serve in special operations. What are your thoughts on women in special operations?
Doesn't work, mate.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say it doesn't work is
Thankfully he's still pausing at the moment, but I know it's going to come in. I love the directness and straightforward response to it, and looking forward to hearing what he has to say about it. There's a lot of merit in what he's saying, but really keen to hear him unpack that a bit more for us, which it looks like he's going to do.
If you look at how we're trying to bend over to get a woman to pass Special Forces selection or even Royal Marine training, is it worth everything that we're doing to get one woman to pass? Do the benefits weigh up?
No.
You know, the money that we're spending, what is she going to just be a super soldier and all of a sudden, you know, she's going to be probably at the lowest ebb of a Special Forces operator anyway.
Yeah.
So where are the benefits here exactly? Now, is it going to benefit her when all of a sudden she goes into a unit and she realizes, fucking hell, I'm at the bottom of the pile here?
Yeah.
You know, is it going to benefit the organization? No, it's not. And again, I'm not saying that women aren't capable in certain roles, because women in surveillance roles are fucking brilliant. You know, hats off to them, you know, but when it comes to a tier 1 fighting force, you know, which ultimately is our role, then no, because the benefits just don't add up.
Yeah.
And they certainly don't supersede what already exists out there.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, why fix something that isn't broken?
Yeah.
Man, I love that. Sorry, I was pausing it, and then I could see he was in the middle of wanting to say something else. I was unpausing it, so apologies for that. But, oh man, I love his comment. I know why I've spoken about, because this topic has been around for a little bit, or for a while, not a little bit. And I did a video, man, a while ago. I think I was sitting outside and just answering this question that popped up to me in and around females. I think in the Defence Force it might have been in general, and then maybe in the Special Forces. Actually, I'd have to go back and have a look. I'm not sure if I was talking about SF in that one. Maybe I was. But I do recall speaking about, you know, if they can meet the standard, the minimum standard, if they meet that minimum standard and they do everything that they need to be able to do physically, mentally, all that sort of stuff, then more power to them. But I love what Ant has spoken about here, and the question from Mike, because that's a big topic, man. One, I don't think personally, as a male, as somebody from a male perspective who wants to try to be a protector and a provider for my family and or for others, it doesn't sit well with me that a female would go into that type of work and be expected to do that type of work. Now, don't get me wrong, if she's the next G.I. Jane or whatever, and she wants to do that and she can do all of that stuff, then good on her. But hopefully we're not getting confused with Hollywood movies in and around or TV series, whether it's Angelina Jolie being the Tomb Raider or being Salt in that spy movie where she's kicking everybody's backside, or Hannah, another one of those female agent spy ninja people, or all those other Atomic Blonde. There's a whole bunch of movies, right, where the woman is the hero, she's the assassin, she's the professional, she's this, that. Hopefully we're not getting caught up in that and thinking, yep, okay, women can do this, and so therefore they should be going into special forces. Again, if that's what they want to do and they want to put their hand up and they want to go for that, massive respect to you for starters, for wanting to do that. But I do honestly think you're in for a wake-up call and a reality check when it slaps you in the face and you start getting out there, and then you've got to carry the weights and you've got to do all the other elements of it to the same standard. Introducing a female standard and a male standard, yeah, that's where the wheels are going to fall off an organization like that. And you'll heavily, this is just my thoughts, my 2 cents for what it's worth, I think you would end up heavily diluting the units that are already there. And as Ant said, if it ain't broke, why try to fix it? Like, it's already established, it's already functioning well. Why would you invest and spend money, time, resources, effort, energy into trying to get a female to pass, looking at, these standards are not where they should be, we should be adjusting those to make it more fair and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's a whole bunch of rubbish. That shouldn't be happening if it is happening. So, yeah, anyway, let's jump back into this before I take up all the time.
I agree. I mean, to me, the silliness of the kind of social experiment of it is baffling, because it's like you're talking about the highest stakes possible, and that's what you're trying it with. You know, it's like, try it with UFC or football or boxing. You know, it's like there's women and men's categories in competitive sports for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're not going to try it in a game first. You're going to try it in real life or death circumstances. And to me, there's even a second component to that. Not just do you have to bend and make accommodations because it's a woman, or even lower standards, which I couldn't disagree with more. But let's just say that you don't do any of that you don't make any accommodations. Say, if you're going to train with men, you're going to live in barracks with men, you're going to shower with them. Like, there's no difference. There's no accommodations made, which they're not going to do. But let's just say hypothetically they did. And there's a female that manages to pass all of the standards without being lowered or compromised. Now, once she's in that unit, just the types of guys who are in those units being around women, like the shitstorm that ensues. I mean, because you see it already, you know, when the intel chick is at a forward operating base, like, it's a fucking nightmare, you know? And again, it's like the negatives that you're going to get from maybe one or a handful of women making it through absolutely do not outweigh the cons.
No.
Man, he raises some really good points. Not just the intel female, the medics. There's a whole bunch of the support staff. Like, guys, can have no filter at times. So anyway, I think it's pretty easy to understand where Mike's going with that. But man, what struck me was him talking about the sports. You're not going to try it in sports first. You want to try it at the cutting edge, tip of the spear, life and death, and put them in that scenario. I mean, that is I never thought of that, never looked at it that way. That's such a cool point. Yeah, I've always known there's men's and women's categories, just like there's different weight classes for a reason. And yeah, that's such a good point. Like, try it in a game first. Okay, have the females play a men's NBA team. Trial that. Have a females sports team play a men's rugby team or men's league team or whatever. Put the UFC, the boxing, the list goes on. The swimming. We've already seen the uproar and stuff of some of that stuff where a guy decides he wants to be a woman now, competes with a woman and blasts them. Beats the top woman in that category, and then there's all this uproar and stuff around it. But we think that it's all right, or somebody or some group of people think that it's all right to, let's put females in the special forces category. Let's give them an opportunity and let them go in there with the men. Like, that seems crazy. What a What an awesome point Mike has just raised. Anyway, let's jump back into this. About 3 minutes left.
Not even close.
Not even close. Mike.
And to me, it's like if you're hell bent on saying we want women special operators, then do like Israel has and have all women's special operators, like stand up a new unit. Like there
Totally
doesn't
agree.
need to be women SAS and women SEALs. Like stand up a female special operations unit where it's women cadre, it's women operators, and it's all women, and have at it.
Yeah.
And then you can even do like, peacetime or training wise, man versus man or woman versus man competitions and see how that fucking shakes out, have
Great points, man. These are awesome points. Hey, sorry, just on the sports thing, not to say that there are not some women out there that are incredible athletes, incredible fighters, probably a bunch of women out there that will kick my backside, right? Boxing, MMA, whatever, you name it, there probably is. And I'm not naive to think that there aren't extremely highly skilled women that can look after themselves, and that's awesome. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about, okay, let's trial this, get some data. We're big on studies and getting the information and data sets and all that sort of stuff, and then looking at it and making comparisons and then going through it and going, okay, can this work? I don't think there's been anything like that done in the decisions that have been made across allowing females to go into SF other than, okay, let's give them a shot at it. They can apply, put them on the course. And as far as I know so far, I don't know of any females in NZ, Australia, or the UK that have completed or passed successfully the special forces elements of those countries. I can't speak for the US or Canada or any other countries. Maybe there is. But he raises a really good point about Israel and standing up a woman dedicated special forces unit, whatever it is that they do. That's awesome. That's very cool. Rather than trying to combine them in with the currently established SF units.
the all women's team take on an all men's team in a room clearing exercise and see how it goes, But it seems
it could be like the skillet arms, so New Zealand, Australia, and as far as I know, UK have skillet arms types events internally, but also internationally, in that as well, where you you compete against other sections of another country across a series of different events, soldiering events. So, you could do stuff like that. To Mike's point and what he's talking about.
it's like that's every other guy within special operations has the same take, but yet it still seems to be this thing that they just keep trying to ram down everybody's throat, and I don't get it.
Yes.
I wonder who's driving that. Sorry to interject so much, but this is a cool conversation. These guys, it's not going to take that long, even though I've hogged most of the time. But I wonder who's driving these conversations or these decisions, or trying to ram it down people's throats to say that women need to be in and should be included in these roles. Like I said, if they meet the standard, they do that, good on them. To Ant's point, once they get into the unit, they're probably going to be, I think he used the words, lowest ebb of that particular unit. They're going to realize that they're probably at the bottom of the barrel with regards to the operators that are there. Don't get me wrong. Anybody that's going into a unit, once you successfully pass the process, all of us are at the lowest bottom point until you build up the skill. So that's probably not an issue, but I do think it would be hard for females to develop at the same rate and develop the level of skill required. So, and I guess a testament to that, not in any sort of arrogant type of way, but I think at least a frame of reference or a point of reference to that supports what Ant is saying and Mike, and I guess my 2 cents, is that we haven't seen a female pass, or as far as I know, there isn't a female that's passed those 3 countries that I've spoken about, New Zealand, Australia, UK. There isn't one that I'm aware of that has successfully completed the selection, the cycle, gotten badged, gone into a squadron, as far as I know. And that's for a reason, It's not sexist, it's not biased. The standard is the standard, and it hasn't been met yet. And I don't think women should be expecting to, or should be asked to. And, as bad as it may sound, I would not like for females to put their hand up to want to go and serve in an SF unit. For those reasons, but also for a bunch of stuff that Mike just highlighted as well.
It's a box ticking scenario. So what's so dangerous about, you know, ticking a box is nowadays people are putting box ticking in front of capability and performance.
Yeah.
Now I get the box ticking. You go, right, we need capability, performance in front of it. If you're capable and you perform, then I understand. We can put the box ticking at the end and go, do you know what? Yeah, we need a female here. We need, you know, whatever it may be. I get that part. But the moment you swap them over and you try and force box ticking into the capability and performance, lower standards, the benefits, not even comparable. You talk about, the connection between, it's a great valid point, but also what people don't realize is, though, in the UK, women can join the Royal Marines now. It's been like that for, I think, about 3 years, even maybe longer, might be even 4 years, Mike. Not one woman has passed the Royal Marines Commando course to become a Royal Marine Commando. They can't get past week 12. Now, Royal Marine Commando training is 32 weeks long. After week 12, you start carrying weight. That's when they start introducing some serious weight, proper weight, into your kit, into your rocks, into your Bergens, carrying your rifle, etc., etc. Then, grabbing your Oppo over your shoulder with full kit, having to do the 200-meter sprint with your full kit on with your Oppo under a certain amount of time. They just can't pass it.
Man, I'll look to try to get to this full interview at some point, but this was cool that this popped up and just timed well with regards to a bunch of requests that happened to come in, along with DJ Shipley's walk and talk, paint me a picture with Jay Cal. I saw that pop up on my feed as well. As soon as I saw it, I was like, it's so good that Jay has been out more open now, getting more exposure, because he's got such a wealth of knowledge and the ability to communicate his story and his experiences as well. I really enjoy so far, which I'm doing on the Sean, or which I'm reacting to in his interview on the Sean Ryan Show. But a lot of valid points and truths in here, just in this little segment of this interview with Mike Ritland and Anthony Middleton. So yeah, I'll make sure that this is added to the list, or I can see it there. So it's nearly a 4-hour long interview that they seem to have, and this is obviously a piece in that interview which is covered. So appreciate your time if you made it this far. Appreciate you sending through this request. I did clock it. There is a heck of a lot more that's coming up on my feed now, which I'm just sort of automatically adding to the list. And then it's pretty nice to see and receive the requests that come through via email or comments, people requesting the same sort of stuff that I've already, in some cases, that I've already earmarked. So yeah, I'll get to that J Cal one with DJ, paint me a picture reaction as well. And just appreciate you, Zay, and your support. As always, the message is the same. Anybody going through any dark times, challenges, heartache, heartbreak, keep turning up, keep staying in the fight, keep putting one foot in front of the other, take one day at a time, know that the sun will shine again and that better days are ahead, that there is a light at the end of that long, dark and lonely and seemingly miserable tunnel. So stay at it. You're not alone. These hard times will not last forever. As always, go always a little further. Remember, who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, there's a big mana wave coming from me to you, filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation, and gratitude for you all.